All right, let's go in. First off, I mean, do we really know what love is? Um, can you recognize it when it's thrust upon you? Can you understand the responsibilities that comes along with being in love? Um, if you've never been in love, can you know what it is, or can you respect it? If you don't know what something is, you never experienced it. You really can't understand what it is to go through it. So you may look at somebody like, "Why are you acting like that?" Or "Why you just don't tell that person this?" Or "Why do you just don't deal with the situation in this manner or fashion?" It's hard to do that when you love somebody. Like it really is. Even when they're hurting you, it's hard to just disregard them or get rid of them like a scab or or just something that's impeding your progress, or they just might be they'll be a block in your way, but you may even know that. But when you're in love, it's hard to do. It's a hard thing. So, let me ask this: what? Well, females' ideals of what love is, and men, I think, may differ, but the passion is still the same. Like we both love hard, but we may go in for different things. Like different things may have gotten us there. Like for instance, with a woman, the thing that made you love us was maybe something that we said at a given point. Something like I'm trying to think of an example. I'm not a woman, so it's kind of hard to do. But from what I've been told, and you know, on many occasions, it was a moment when the man said something that it was that moment that made you love him. Like he said something in that moment that made you know that I love that man. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's cool. It actually is really. I think that's how it should go. But with guys like with us, we're different. Like what? Because we're really not that trusting. We think anything can happen at any given moment. Like we're especially if we ever been hurt before. It's not like when women, y'all really, y'all willing to throw y'all heart back into the circle and give it a good another try. And with guys, it would take something like I wouldn't say a blood oath, but it's close to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to do something on a level that's so profound. It's just you have to recognize it. There's no way you can ignore it. Like, for instance, I don't know, maybe you were going through something and she was there for you when nobody else was, or she just did something that basically she did something that nobody else would do when you needed that shit. And that's how we know. It doesn't mean that she didn't love us before that, but that's what carries us. That's what makes us believe that she does love us. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's a blind leap of faith, which is rare. It happens though, because it happened to me. You just want them to love you because you love them. But I mean, like with most guys, I would say like you have to prove that shit. Especially guys like because once you get hurt, it don't matter if that shit happened when you was 13. You remember that shit like it was yesterday. Like I'm not gonna let another woman hurt me like that ever again. It's just not gonna happen. And you approach every relationship like that. It don't matter if it's 20 years later. You still remember that. like it happened yesterday. Because when a man gets his heart broken, it's because we don't really let it out like that. We're groomed and to be a certain way, and growing up, and we're not supposed to show our emotion and wear the heart on the sleeve, especially when it comes to that. And you supposed to be a certain type of how it is. You're supposed to be a certain kind of way when you're a man, and if you put it out there and then get stomped on, after that you're real protective of it, and you don't want to show emotion no more. You want to be on some, I don't know, and not even protective, it's preemptive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm not even, I'm not even trying to put myself in a situation where a chick can hurt me like that anymore. You know what I mean? And make you look weak and pull you out of character. Because if you come out, you get pulled out of character, you whine and you get found out. Like, what I mean, once you start doubting your manhood, like that's the worst thing that could happen to a man. So, you know, we get real protective with that shit. And it's hard to relinquish that trust to another woman. And even if it happened a long time ago, it still resonates with us. That shit was yesterday for us. You know what I'm saying? But I would say this. I mean, we need to change our thinking. We really do. But I mean, that's what it is for now. And you know, that love shit, like I mean, that's why it's so hard for us to even admit it when we actually love a woman. We'll be scared to admit it because we don't want her to know exactly how we feel because of fear of, oh, she may use this against me, or she ain't gonna act right when she know I feel like this, or so we're real shaky on that. And you know and then once you get in it, I mean, how it's perceived by others is another thing. You know what I mean? Like, you might just like, fuck it. You in love. You don't give a fuck about nobody else. But other people can't see that shit because they don't know. Maybe they don't know what it's like, or they don't understand why you going so head over heels. Maybe you never been there before. You're not feeling like I feel right. You know what I mean? At this moment, or this woman's affected me in a different way that whatever woman you went through, what you went through with, is affecting you. So I mean, it's always good to be mindful of that. You know what I mean? I've never been judgmental when it comes to that. Now, I'll make fun of a cat. Like, oh, you gonna love, you know what I mean? We were a dog. I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, I understand, I respect that because love is powerful. Love will make you, like I said, said this in a prior video, like make you look like an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And make you look like the greatest thing alive. It's a funny, fickle thing. So, you know, be careful with that. And for those of you that don't may not understand somebody that's going through that shit, or why they with somebody that you may think that's doing them wrong, but you don't understand why they still with them. It's not for you to understand. It's for them to understand. It's for them to go through. It's for them to figure out. And it don't matter what you think is good for them. It's whatever they think is good for them. So you know, at the end of the day, respect everybody's feelings, emotions when it comes to who they love. Actually, period, but especially that because you could put yourself in an awkward situation if you don't. Um, this is Papa Provo point of view.